Hi, this is John, clinical aid and fitness trainer with Core Physical Therapy. Before we begin class, keep in mind while you are performing these movements on your own at home, do the best that you can and try not to overexert yourself. Exercise within your capacity. A little discomfort is okay, but it should not be painful. To start our level 1 back and leg strength training class, follow me through this warm-up. First, you'll start with the LAQ, or long arc quad. Begin seated toward the edge of your chair. Adjust to a good upright posture position and rest your hands on your legs. Next, without losing posture, straighten your knee until you feel tension in your thigh. Once the knee is straightened, hold that position for a second, then return to the starting position. Repeat this movement for 10 times. Next, you'll do seated marching. Start by sitting with good upright posture and no slouching. Next, brace your abdominal muscles just before you begin to raise up one knee higher than the other. Slowly put that leg back down, alternate and lift your other leg without losing your posture or ab brace. Stay within a tolerable range of hip motion, and you must brace the abdominal muscles for trunk support throughout the movement. Complete 10 marches on each leg. Next, seated open books. Start with your arms straight out in front of your chest with hands together and feet flat on the floor. Next, turn and open the body by moving your arm and torso in one direction. Only move as far as tolerated, but rotate the body more than the arm. Repeat 10 times in that same direction, then proceed to rest your arms and hands in your lap. When you feel ready, do the same exercise, but move in the other direction and complete the same number of reps as before. Next, seated open hip step out. Start seated toward the edge of your seat with feet flat on the floor. Next, lift one foot off the floor and step out, moving your leg to the side of the body, then return to where you started. Do not turn the body, but only move as far as tolerated with the leg. Repeat 10 times in that same direction with the same leg, then take a short rest. When you feel ready, do the same exercise, but with your other leg in the other direction, and complete the same number of reps as before. Last one for the warm-up, seated hip hinge and reach. Start seated toward the edge of your seat with feet flat on the floor. Assume a good upright posture position, then proceed to reach forward, stretching out as far as you comfortably can, then return to sitting upright. Repeat 10 times in that same direction. Now that we're warmed up, we'll start the first exercise of our workout, seated clams. Begin seated toward the edge of your chair, and you'll take a TheraBand and place it around your knees. Adjust to a good upright posture position and rest your hands on your legs. Starting with your feet together, you will then separate your knees against the resistance of the band. Slowly moving out and slowly moving back to your starting position. You'll repeat this 10 times. Next, you'll do seated Pilates ball squeezes. Begin seated toward the edge of your chair and adjust to a good upright posture. You'll place the ball between your knees and you'll slowly squeeze the ball and hold. After about a 3 to 5 second hold, you'll slowly release and repeat. Repeat this movement for 10 times with 3 to 5 second holds. Next, you'll do a standing march with handheld assist. Begin by standing behind the back of your chair and holding the back of your chair with 2 hands. Keeping your posture upright, looking straight forward, you'll lift one knee up to about hip level and hold for 1 second and bring it back down and repeat the same movement with the other leg. You'll do this in a slow, controlled manner without arching your back. Repeat this movement for 10 marches on each leg. Next, you'll do the standing hamstring curl with handheld assist. You'll begin by standing behind the back of your chair and holding onto the chair with 2 hands. Start by slightly extending one leg behind you, and you'll bend the knee, curling the heel toward your buttocks. Bring the leg down slowly and repeat this movement 10 times. You'll do this for both legs. Next, you'll do standing hip extension with handheld assist. You'll begin by standing behind the back of your chair and placing both hands onto the back of the chair. Keeping an upright posture, you'll start to extend the legs straight directly behind you. As you do this, return to your starting position under control and be sure to not arch your back as you extend the leg and hip. You'll repeat this movement for both legs 10 times each. Next, you'll do standing hip abduction with handheld assist. You'll begin by standing behind the back of your chair and placing both hands on the chair. Keeping an upright posture, you'll kick the leg out to the side while maintaining it straight. You'll return the leg back to your starting position slowly and under control. Be sure to not hike up your hip and keeping your pelvis level. You'll repeat this movement for both legs 10 times each. Next, you'll do standing heel lifts with handheld assist. You'll begin by standing behind the back of your chair and placing both hands on the chair. Maintaining an upright posture, you'll begin to lift your heels off the ground by pressing through your big toe and second toe. Be sure to come back down slowly and under control. You'll repeat this movement 10 times. If you are unable to do this while standing, you may also perform the exercise while seated towards the front of your chair. Lastly, you'll do the sit to stand. Begin seated toward the edge of your chair. Adjust to a good upright posture position and rest your hands on your legs. Next, you'll slightly lean forward or bringing your nose over your toes. From there, you'll press your heels into the ground, keeping your chest lifted and elevated. You'll begin to stand up slowly and under control. You'll reverse the same process in order to sit back down. You'll do this movement at home 10 times.